Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents The Dave Holly Hour. Brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub. Phil's, your local dive with music for the people. Chaser's Food and Spirits. Excel Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. The Dave Holly Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Cheers, everyone. Happy Weekend Eve. It seems like a short week, as a great many had the holiday off on Monday. Didn't stop us from putting together yet another bonus conversation episode. We start off talking with vocalist and actor Valerie Arends. Then from Old Town Dinner Theater, Ruthie Pottratz gives us the details on Old Town's kids camp. Our bonus conversation, Rick Burkhardt from the Surfin Safari Band, as they get prepared for a busy summer. So come on in, join us. We're waiving the cover charge here at the Dipsy Doodle Productions studio. Dress code, black tie, formal. Just kidding. It's my place, no dress code needed. Sometimes no dress needed. Seating is limited, and while we supply the ice, make sure to bring your own beverage. But first...
Honey, look at this!
Unbelievable!
Yeah! Yummy!
I know!
That'd be fantastic. You know what I'm talking about.
Dave's Fave! Each week we salute a person or business I feel is worthy of a shout-out for any number of reasons. This week's Dave's Fave is Miss Harper Lee Pearson. She is our granddaughter. She turned 15 this past Monday. It's the pretty girl that's becoming a beautiful young lady. That's how we like to describe her. Now, she spent her birthday in a special way. Our nation's capital marching with the Flandreau High School Band for Memorial Day. Pretty cool, huh? Grammy and I are so proud of all your accomplishments and so happy for you for all the great things you get to experience. We love you, Harper. Want to know other faves I have? Go to the Dave's Fave page on the show website, davehollyhour.com. After you look at that page, go to the trivia page to see our schedule at Chasers, West 12th and Ellis Road. Stop in for great food, great beverages, and fun times. Monday nights at 7, we play Dave Holly Hour Trivia with 7 fun rounds and great prizes. This coming Monday, June 1st, National Flip a Coin Day. Yeah, it's a 50-50, 6 1/2 dozen of another theme with 100% odds of fun. Chasers, your neighborhood gathering place. Honorable mention. One made Dave laugh, chuckle, chortle, downright, slap my knee silly, or simply fill my heart with happiness. Put a big smile on my face this past week as Mr. Recently Retired here, not having to work weekends or holidays any longer. Thank you, retirement. Later in the show, Rick Burkhardt. Before him, Ruthie Pottratz. In just a couple of minutes, Valerie Arends. It's all ahead on episode 322 of the Dave Holly Hour.
Trio Jazz Club is an intimate music venue in the heart of Sioux Falls. It's family-owned and family-run. Ricardo and Mary Beth and the entire staff provide the art of hospitality, while the best local and regional musicians provide the smooth sounds. It's a great vibe with live music Tuesday through Saturday nights. The chefs and mixologists offer an amazing menu and beer and wine lists. Cocktails as smooth as the jazz. Join the club, Trio Jazz Club, across from the Washington Pavilion. Enter as friends, leave as family.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Towne don't simply provide the service, they provide professional care for your hands and feet Whether you just want the basics or you're looking for an extra special look with added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails on Minnesota Avenue. Call for an appointment, 605-334-1463. Walk-ins welcome.
It's the podcast that creatives in the Sioux Empire listen to so they can learn more about other creatives. It's the Dave Holly Hour.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, it's always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire arts and entertainment. And, you know, we've had some new people on lately, but it's always fun to bring back somebody for, let's see, at least like about the fourth time now, I think.
Fourth, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Valerie Arends, how you been?
I'm really good.
Glad to hear that. So, you and me both have undergone a few changes in life since the last time that we chatted.
Lots.
Me being retired and getting to concentrate on all of this. In the meantime, you took a short break.
I did.
And you kind of refocused, and it sounds like you're even refocusing again with what you want to do in entertainment. So what's on tap right now?
So we'll finish up Legally Blonde next month. And I will I never say that I'm done with theater because once in theater, always in theater.
It itches, doesn't it?
It does. But I will probably take a step back and focus on my acoustic duo and joining a band. So that will be coming later this year.
Okay. And the joining a band part, I realize, is kind of hush-hush.
It's not officially announced yet,
okay.
So I won't be the one to...
Well, see, then what we'll have to do is we'll put you into that new little page that we have on the website of news and notes.
Yes, do that.
Yes, so that we can say, now that it's official, we can tell you.
Yep, so I'm excited to get back to...
I'm looking forward to it because I'm not going to make you tell me. I'm just going to be letting things...
let them brew.
Let them brew in that melon of mine and see what I think. And when we get to the point that you're playing with somebody again, singing with somebody, I can either go, oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't think that one.
Send me all your guesses.
Yeah.
I knew that.
I knew it, yeah. It's going to be one of those two, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay,
yeah, so send me all your guesses. I won't tell you either way, but...
no, I'm just going to hold on to them. Yeah.
Be like, see, I knew it, even if it wasn't one of your guesses.
Right. What I'll do is one of those old magic tricks. I'll have a your name envelope that's sealed.
Mail
and then,
it
of
to
course,
yourself.
whichever one, I'll have a little code on the back somewhere to say, right here. Let's open this up now.
Salmon skin roll. I'm excited.
Oh, you've been doing a lot, though, since the last time we chatted. And one of the new things, of course, we got to know about Val Chris last November.
Mm-hmm.
You were just starting out with Chris Hamilton.
Yes.
And an acoustic duo. And you played in the Vaughty show.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen you play since then. And you've been playing fairly regularly with Chris, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been getting some pretty regular gigs, some repeat ones. So the Copper Room and Lounge in Yankton is the vibe there is immaculate. And I really, really enjoy singing there. They have a decibel meter, which is difficult for me because... I'm quiet as a church mouse.
Yeah.
So
she said with lots of irony, sarcasm.
Yeah. So the decibel meter can be difficult, but the bartender says that's only for when the music sucks. So I
love that.
I get to break the sound barrier if I want to.
It's only when the music sucks.
So. Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. Chris and I've wanted to work with him for a really, really long time. I've been trying to poach him for a little while now. So I'm excited to work with him, and we work wonderfully together.
Yes, you do.
We could have put on a show after one rehearsal. We work very well together. One of our very, very first gigs ever was on a flatbed in Canton in the blazing hot sun.
Oh.
But it was a fundraiser for their local library. And so now this year she's doing a Kristen McElvena, I think is her name.
Okay.
She's in Devils on Deck.
Mm-hmm.
She's organizing a fundraiser for the food pantry. in
Oh,
Canton.
wow.
And so this year it sounds like there'll be a little more shade
Yeah.
for this
Big event.
albino thing. This
Why do
guy.
you say that, Red?
Oh, I am covered in SPF 100 spray and lotion.
That's why it smells good in here.
It's me.
Yes, it's you.
Yeah, give it an hour.
Okay. That's why I kept the lights low in here.
It's very
Oh,
romantic.
it is. It's not
Very.
swanky, too. All right. And so you guys have been playing a lot together and obviously very well. I think we got to see you out at Crave.
Yeah.
Crave or Craven? Craven.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's not even a good room acoustically, and we were sitting quite a ways from you, but man, it was still great.
Oh,
I mean,
thank you.
we could hear everything. We could hear Chris on the piano. We could hear your vocals great. So that was really, really fun to see. And a lot of the songs you were going after, your set list, very good.
Some of them are kind of lofty.
Yeah, because there are some that, obviously, here's my theory. So, because, I'm old now. I grew up I was born in 62. So I grew up with a brother 9 years older and a sister 12 years older. So the first music I listened to a lot was the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
And then my brother got into even Iron Butterfly album at one point. But so I had a lot of this various background. And then for me, then it started to get a little bit more rock.
Yeah.
I was a huge Styx fan, Cars, any of those bands I was pretty well into. And then as I've matured, it's like, I really love those old crooners.
Oh, yes.
Frank and Dean and all of them. And it's like, so I've got this very, very eclectic range of what I like.
Right.
But I also sit there sometimes and go, really in the past 10 years, has there been anything you thought was good? And I always say that I'm a fan of good music. When people say, well, what's your favorite music? I will say good. And I always run with that. But what I like is, and when I was with Midtown Coffee, this was a thing that I told that band all the time is, you guys play a lot of songs that I have not liked in the past.
Yeah.
When I've heard them on the radio or wherever. But then you get that live version, and all of a sudden you say, that's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
And you were hitting all those types of things, too, the night that we saw you. So it's like you're picking the right stuff.
Yeah.
That you're going to reach from my age down to 20.
Right.
And that, makes such a big difference, not just for you guys getting hired, but for the people that are hiring you saying,
oh,
well, we're going to have them back now,
that's
aren't
a
we?
good idea.
Yeah. What's been your most favorite part about getting together with Chris and having this acoustic duo?
One of the things about working with other people with music is I get asked to do songs that I wouldn't normally consider. So,
Little challenge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or songs that I didn't think I liked or I didn't know very well. And then I start singing them and I realize how fun it is. Like, oh, that's a good song. Those are really good lyrics. That's a lot of fun to sing. And I can do the same thing for Chris. So some of the newer stuff, I have kids, my kids are younger than his.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the newer stuff I'm a little bit more familiar with. And so he's let me create a golden songs list where he can't say no to those songs. And he's got to learn them. And the same goes for him. And
wow,
so,
what a great idea.
Yeah. And so for the most part, there are songs that we try. Both of us decide, we don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going very well. We're going to scrap it. And then there are songs that grow on me or grow on him. And now we're doing this wide variety of songs because we remained open-minded.
Yeah.
And the same thing.
Open-mindedness is a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It was the same thing when I learned it from being in Rewinder was they asked me to do an Annie Lennox song. And I was like, well, I've heard the song. It's okay. Well, then when I had to learn how to sing it, I realized she's quite the vocalist.
Yes, she is.
That is quite the challenge.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed meeting that challenge. I ended up really, really enjoying doing that song.
What song was it?
It was Lie to Me, or Would I Lie to You?
Ah, yeah, because I've always loved Why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There,
Why? And the ups and downs of it and so forth.
And she does this thing at the end of Would I Lie to You?
Mhm.
She does woo, 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 and it's so fun to do. It'll make your leg hair grow.
What is the most requested song you two get?
Probably the Whitney Houston song, I Will Always Love You.
Oh, yeah.
That was one
It's
of
Dolly
my
Parton song. It's Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton song. Shit's a Dolly. And the same thing with the Leanne Rhymes. How do I live?
True, yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff out there.
Mhm.
So you had wanted to work with him and so forth, but
Yeah.
now how do you describe you two as a musical act when somebody says, "Hey, I hear you guys play. Tell me a little bit about this group."
Yeah, we do some classic rock. That's what Chris knows the best. A lot of like contemporary female pop vocals. That's where he likes to. He will throw an Adele or a Whitney song or an Alicia Keys song at me because, you know, he thinks I can pull them off. And then a little bit of rock. We have 1.5 country songs. So,
I'm very curious now. What's the half?
well, there's one song that he thinks is country and I don't.
Oh, okay.
And I can't remember if it's Shallow or Die with a Smile. I think it's Shallow. He thinks is country.
I agree with you.
And I don't think it is.
Mm-mm.
So, but the other one is How Do I Live? The Leanne Rhymes version. We do that one. I guess we do Where Have All the Cowboys Gone?
There you go.
It's my chance to rap.
How do you rate your rap?
If it's a country song, it's a little dicey. We're still working on it. But I can do some Mean Outcast, I guess.
Oh, see, you're just all over the board, but in a good way.
Yeah.
You know, because some people, they're all over the board. So,
Yeah. And
tell me, is it all good?
yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. Well,
I'm having a great time. I don't know about anybody else.
I know it.
But I'm having a great time. So it feels like I'm doing it right.
Yes, indeed. There's no doubt about that. So, where do you expect this to go with the two of you, especially if you're probably, I mean, the way it sounds, definitely getting back into a band?
Mhm.
What's going to be the split of how much you're with the band and how much you're with the duo?
So Valkyrie will take priority. It's
Okay.
something that we have both wanted to do for a long time. And it was something that was put together before I was asked to join this band.
Mm-hmm.
And so that will take priority. But it's not difficult to work with each other's schedules, you know. So the live music community is a lot like the theater community. You pretty much know everybody within
Right.
that circle, within that, you know, they overlap Venn diagram just a little bit. Not as much as I maybe had expected it to, but so the members of the band know Chris, see him often, talk to him frequently. So
Mhm.
the communication is there to where we'll
All right.
work
So
it out.
you guys are acoustic, but the band, it can rock.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, I'm formulating who it is, but I'm just going with the right in the middle type
He's
of questions
doing a
for
weird
it.
Grinch grin
Yes,
for the people who can't see.
So you have a vocal range then as well. Do you know how many notes or how many octaves you have?
I think 4.
Wow.
I gained almost an entire octave when I joined the band.
Mhm.
But I mean, you give me shots, a couple shots of Jaeger, I
And you can hit anything.
can hit anything. I didn't know that at all. I'm not
Remember
sure
that
my
if you have a
range.
strange request for Valkyrie sometime, shots of Jaeger,
Yes.
and you'll get to hear whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
As long as you take the shots along, so then
And you give me $1.
$1, that's it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll sing a song for free. People are paying me to do it. Can you believe that?
What
That's
a deal, isn't
amazing.
it?
That's
it-
amazing.
I think it's also one of the most misunderstood in terms of, trying to get paid
Yeah.
and fees and so forth. Because, yes, we would all love to do our craft, our
Yes.
art, our creation for free, but
It is work.
it's work, and then there's the lifetime of experience you've put into it.
Yep.
And there's all these little things like microphones and amps and all these other things that
my
need-
in-ears for the band cost $400 or $500.
I was going to say that's got to be way up there because
But-
I just
It protects your hearing. I mean,
right.
there's a travel involved.
Yeah.
You're away from your family overnight.
Yeah. And travel right now at $4.50 a gallon
Is expensive.
yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And where
And-
will you guys go then? Let's talk Valkyries first,
Yeah.
and then answer it as well for the band in terms of the range, radius, miles, whatever.
For the most part, like Valkyries, we've stayed, Yankton is, I think, the furthest we've gone so
Okay.
far. We have gone to Ellsworth, Minnesota. They have an On the Rocks out there, and we've done that gig twice. Staff is great. The venue has children, which I really like because when you are in a band or you're doing bars, you don't get to sing with children there, and they love live music. Kids love live music.
That they do.
So, it's with the band, it tends to be a little bit further. I've gone as far as when I was in Rewinder, I went as far as northern Minnesota
Oh, wow.
to a Zorba's Pizza.
Oh, man. Haven't heard that name in a long time.
Sang to the bartenders because there was nobody there.
Nobody.
But I didn't care. We had a big, beautiful stage.
Yeah.
We had a big, beautiful green room above us. I was the only girl in the band, so I got my own hotel room. I mean, I had no complaints.
It worked well.
Yeah, I still got paid, and so I really don't have any complaints.
All right. So you're still going to be dabbling whenever the desire hits you to be on stage in terms of theater.
I'll still audition.
And
We'll see,
you'll
I
still be amongst everybody.
Yeah.
And you're going to have 2 gigs
Yep.
for the singing and so forth. Anything you're hoping that gets kind of added, tweaked? What do you want to have happen most?
So singing is probably my highest priority
Mm-hmm.
over this next year. It's what I love the most. It's what I feel the most comfortable doing.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoy being the vocalist for a band or for a duo.
Right.
I really enjoy it. And so that will take priority. With theater, if you want me to come and help with costumes or lights or sound on a show that I'm not in, awesome.
So you'll have to
Gladly.
show up the last week for tech.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm down, and if there is a role that's just something I can't turn down, maybe I'll do a
Mhm.
show this year. I don't know, or next season, I don't know, but this last season was pretty busy with theater, and
Yes,
so
it was.
take a little bit of a breather.
Okay, so over the past year, then, what was your favorite being in? What was a highlight
Oh
for
gosh, I would probably have to say Head Over Heels.
you?
American
yes.
Idiot was great. I got my
Oh.
first skin knee since I was a kid, and I got to pretend to smoke the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But the entire experience of Head Over Heels was probably the most fun.
Yes, and in fact, you had a very well, by my standards, it was a wonderful scene.
Yeah.
By some very conservative standards in the Midwest, they might say, "Oh, that was kind of lewd or dicey or something."
Yeah, salacious.
Yeah. Oh, salacious.
Yes.
There's a great term for
Yep.
it. Yeah. And but it was, what actual era is that time period?
Oh gosh, I called it Shakespearean.
Oh, yeah. Shakespearean would be easiest probably for
yeah.
people. And so, some of the Shakespearean garb starts to come off.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get tipped $1?
Never.
Seriously?
Well, I told the entire crew, if anyone saw my nipple, they owe me $1, and nobody ever gave me $1. So I'm assuming they stayed in.
Okay, Janet Jackson.
But I got to wear bloomers with ruffles on the butt.
Oh, my.
I had to be tied tight into that dress. Like I had to have someone else tie me into that dress.
The old backwards, when the
Hold on to the bedpost.
the dresser would
cinch you into the
put a knee into your lower back and then go.
Yeah, I had to
yank
find
on
a
it.
very strategic place for the mic pack because everything was
Right.
very compact and push my boobs up under my chin. I felt gorgeous. I loved it.
We were. I mean,
Yeah.
the everything about that show was fun.
I loved it. And
Just-
it got several nominations for the Stage Awards this year.
Yes, it did.
I'm so
Coming up
excited
in,
about that.
25th of June.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
So
I will be there.
it's very exciting. I got to see that Carl got a nomination.
Yeah.
Which was great. He did such a great job on that show. I just really, really enjoyed that show. I enjoyed the vibe, the environment, the cast
Right.
members just all really gelled together. I mean, the dances came together, the songs came together. The humor was just impeccably timed.
True.
I mean, you couldn't have cast that show better.
Yeah.
So
and
I really
that
enjoyed
is
it.
one of those that you get a lot of very well blocked screens.
Yes.
With shims and other things and so forth to make it look maybe more than what it actually is in the acting part of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what still is out there theater-wise then that you are hoping for?
So we are about a month out from Legally Blonde,
Mhm.
which is next month. That show is immaculately cast as well, I might add. So come out and check that out because it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful show. But I know that there's Cats at Goodnight.
Mhm.
I'm one of the few people who really thoroughly loves the musical Cats.
And
now
the
that-
costuming?
Oh, I love it.
I kind of figured you would be into that for
I
sure.
love it. I love stuff that's a little bit silly, a little bit over the top,
Yeah.
wildly dramatic. I love that stuff.
Or that
Shocker.
you can always say, oh, I've got that in my Halloween closet, or
Yeah.
I'm going to put that in my
Most
Halloween
shows
closet.
that I'm in, I hear people around me say, well, now I have to get my costume put together. And I say, it's stuff I have in my closet. Okay. But then there's Ghost, the musical. The
Mhm.
music in that musical is lovely. If I was given the opportunity to sing with you
Yes.
from the Ghost musical, I would take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Maybe Rent.
Oh,
Dear Evan Hansen is a good musical. So I think
yeah. That one shocked me.
Yeah.
When we saw it, because we saw it on a Sunday afternoon at the Pavilion when they had the less expensive tickets.
Yeah.
And all I ever heard was, oh, Evan Hansen's such a great show and so forth. It's like, okay, yeah. Well, sure, if we get some good prices and then that Sunday thing comes along, it's like, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah. It's a little jarring at first.
Yeah.
It's a little unexpected. I went with my friend Rachel
Mm-hmm.
and we left there in smile. We got there in smiles and left in tears and like, okay, we're just
It's
going
a
to,
good day.
it was wonderful.
Yeah, if you
So-
can do that and think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Put those three together and you hit the trifecta.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, those are some I'm kind of interested. I mean, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play it by ear. I'll still audition.
Mm-hmm.
I think knowing that I am taking a step back from theater a little bit for the time being so I can focus on music makes the audition process less pressurized.
Yeah, very true.
So-
yeah, when you can say, I'm just doing this for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get up in
It's a
front
great
of
point.
thousands of people and sing something on the spot and watermelon my way through it. Not a nerve,
Yep.
not a shaky hand to be seen. But you put me in front of 4 people and ask me to audition, I fold immediately. So
It's a different situation for sure.
it
that
is.
way, isn't
It really is. I have been told I have stage fright, which seems odd to me.
Right.
But you put me in a situation where it's do or die and I'll pull it off.
Yeah.
But the audition process, there's only 2 times I get nervous, and that's auditioning and the Star Spangled Banner.
Yes.
So-
I was going to bring up Star Spangled Banner because I was trying to remember where I saw it that they were taking auditions for it.
Yeah, I did submit my video for that.
Okay.
I had several people send me the link to
Mhm.
submit my video. So I made sure to submit my video for that. And every year I submit an MP3 for like the Twins and
Right.
the Vikings and stuff like that.
And you have performed.
I have performed for the
you've done
Twins
that
game
for the Twins.
about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I
That
have.
long ago already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. I came and did your show
Yep.
right before
I recall
that.
that.
And 2 weeks later, my life promptly fell apart. I sounded so full of hope on the show. But-
you should still be full of hope.
Oh, things are wonderful.
You got a lot of stuff going on the right way that things should go.
Things are wonderful.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So what new music has come out now? I'm thinking of the rock now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get back into a band, what new music is out there that you haven't sung yet that you're thinking, oh man, I think this would make a great show?
There's not so much the new stuff. I stick to the old stuff for the most part. But there are some, some rock songs that I would like, some male fronted or sung by men primarily, or masculine vocals, that I would like to try and sing. Maybe some Tool or some Primus or something like that. So we'll see. But some of the older stuff, I would like to sing more Heart on stage. I do love to sing Heart. So
God, they had a great run, didn't they?
Oh,
yeah.
They're such good vocalists.
Amazing
It's really
stuff.
something to measure up to. No
well,
question.
if somebody ever comes out with an earlier start for karaoke in this town,
right?
We still have to sing together.
I know. What are we going to do?
Yeah, we got to, I think we'll maybe just pay somebody and say, hey, come in like at 6:30 or 7 when Dave's still awake.
Right.
And then I want to do Who Says You Can't Go Home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I think we will.
It's a date.
Yes, I love it.
Tell Carrie.
I will do so. She'll be there to karaoke.
Oh, yes, to cheerioke.
Yes. Yeah, because she's there to cheer you on. She actually knows the lyrics to every song ever made in the world. Just automatically sings along with it. But she will not get up in front of anyone.
My daughter's the same way. She's an amazing vocalist, but she won't sing in front of people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not even like choirs or anything along that line?
She used to do choir in high school, all state, and stuff like that.
See, so she already knows she's good. She's been in front of lots of big crowds then.
I have video, but I'm not allowed to show anyone.
Okay. We'll let you buy with that then.
Okay.
All right. So when was the last time you were here to record in this studio?
3 years ago.
It's been that long since you've actually been on. Oh my God, David, what are you thinking? All right. Because, each time you come around, you're going to get a different question at the end of the conversation. Did I ask you spirit animal?
No.
Because you would be a perfect one for what's your spirit animal?
I wish it was the, what is that? The shoebill bird with the big scoop.
Ah.
And it makes the shotgun
Right.
noises with its beak.
Yeah.
He's a dinosaur. He's a dinosaur in today's world. I mean, I wish that was
I
me.
can't think of it.
But
Billy? No.
I'm more of like a three-legged cat, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm an indoor cat, to be sure.
Yeah. So I know that there are plenty of three-legged dogs out in the world that people, and of course they always name them Lucky. But I don't know about three-legged cats. I guess I
have
don't
one.
know. You have a three-legged cat?
Yeah. He's
didn't realize
missing
it.
his front driver's side leg. No.
Okay.
Yes, front driver's side
Okay.
leg.
Well, does he drive then?
No, he has an aversion to vehicles because
Oh.
that's why he lost his leg.
Yeah, that would make a difference. See, Charlie is a great driver. Yeah.
He doesn't road rage or anything.
No.
He's too cute.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
Yeah. We got so lucky getting him.
Had to cut his strings off to bring him home.
Now we cut something off later.
Thank goodness.
Because he is first of all, if I were single, I would be at the park every day with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a chick magnet. There's no doubt about that. And,
I could take him and he'd be a chick magnet.
Yeah. And just,
At the park.
Okay. And the other thing is, he's just, he's pretty smart. And we're teaching him manners.
Yeah.
Now, right next door to us in the backyard over here, they have a dog also named Charlie.
Oh, I love that.
Our Charlie, we are always working on his manners. He's very excitable when you first meet him. because he loves people. The other Charlie, our neighbors will come out and say, yeah, our dog has no manners. So it's interesting. We now refer to them as Senior and Junior.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, because we'll be outside with our Charlie, and then they'll let Charlie Senior out. And I'll go, oh, hey, Senior's out.
Better go see your friend.
Yeah, and so we have a lot of fun with that. But we also have a lot of fun always watching you on stage, no matter what you happen to be doing, whether it's the acting or the singing. And first of all, we love you as a person anyway.
Yeah.
And we still need to get back to the Alpine sometime on a Sunday afternoon.
Fried food. I got to fill you in on stuff that I can't say into a microphone.
Exactly. And if she gets enough Jaeger in her, she might spill some of the beans on what she's going to be doing. All right. I appreciate it so much, Valerie.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's always a pleasure having you here. And we'll be back with more of the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment.
Walking through the entryway of Phil's Pub, you can't help but notice the show pics and posters from the heyday of live bands in Sioux Falls. Phil's is back. They're on their way to reestablishing their iconic live music venue status. Come on into Phil's for a great local brew. You might just find yourself seeing some of the performers in those pictures, and a very good chance you'll see new acts that will end up being in pictures too. Phil's Pub, your local dive, with music for the people. Follow them on Facebook and other socials. Keep up to date with who's playing at the pub each week here on the Dave Holly Hour.
He's a bit flirtatious, but most of all, fun. Once again, here's Dave Holly.
Welcome back, everyone. Always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment. It's always a pleasure to have somebody return to the Dipsy Doodle Productions studio for her third time, but fourth time overall on the show. Ruthie Pottratz, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am fantastic, thank you. It's always great to see you. And, of course, I've seen you on stage in the past year, but now you kind of get into a thing that you really enjoy down at Old Town Dinner Theater, and that's Kids Camp.
Yes.
All right, so what do we have for dates?
The camp starts June, I want to say 15 off the top of my head, and it's for 2 weeks in mid-June. This year we are doing Sing in the Rain Junior.
Oh, wow.
And we'll have a performance Friday evening and a performance on Saturday as well. And so they have 2 weeks to put on the show. The first day we do auditions. And all kids that are in the camp are in the show. The first day is just auditions to figure out where they are in the show, which roles they'd like. It allows the kids to also, like, for example, my daughter, she does not want to lead. She likes singing and dancing on stage, but somewhere in the background. Then you get the others that maybe are even familiar with the show. They're like, no, I want this role. And so we kind of do our best to place the kids in the best spots for them.
Okay, so that brings up a great question in terms of the kids that are familiar with it, because Singing in the Rain, that's many years this has been produced, and so many people have been playing the different parts on Broadway. But of course, most familiar people it comes to, Mr. Kelly. And Gene Kelly in Singing in the Rain and on film.
Yes.
But, so how does a child that's going to be the age to be in kids camp get familiar with a show like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a different in that Singing in the Rain was my comfort movie growing up. When I was home sick from school, both my respective grandparents had this video. And so if I was ever with them or homesick or had to hang out at home, this was often a video that was played. And I loved it. And I think I learned a lot of my physical comedy and humor from that. So I have also been the parent that has shown it to my kids. And it's near and dear to my heart specifically. The only show I've ever directed was actually Sing in the Rain Junior years ago. Goodness, that would have been about 7 years ago now. And I chose it because it's my favorite. And I love it so much. And so we found it, I think it is on, I want to say like Disney Plus, so kids can watch it. And it's always similar to how I audition for shows. There's some shows I've heard of, and there's some shows at least I've heard of but don't know the music, and some shows I'm completely unfamiliar with. So it kind of depends then on the kids themselves. They're welcome to watch the movie on their own. We don't require them to. They can come in completely blind and be like, I guess we're doing this show about rain, or they can it's up to them to do their own studies. The group of kids we have tends to, they enjoy it and they are dedicated to it. So it would not surprise me if most, if not all, at least requested to watch it once with their parents.
Okay.
And so it should be fun. And it's, a good classic. I always feel like, yeah, we can keep doing the well-knowns, is that, the Disney Juniors, but something about kind of that old school musical is always fun to teach them.
Yeah. Because it's always, we are what we have had in the past leading up to us. And I always like it when there are revivals. I think that's even one of my favorite categories on the Tonys.
Yes.
Such and such for revival of the year. It's like, yeah, man. And it's great to see all that come about, and great to see these kids take part in this. And what ages will be allowed to be in this?
Our camp goes, I believe, from the around age of 7 or 8 all the way up until the age of 17.
17 then.
They're considered adult.
Right.
We do have options for like 18, 19-year-olds to come back and be a counselor, so they can still hang out with their friends.
Oh, that's cool.
And help out, help out with some backstage stuff, costume changes and scene changes. But as wide as that age group is, they all get along very well. Right away when, because John Bo's daughter, Junie, and my daughter are the same age. They're actually only a few days apart.
Oh, wow. And
so like their first couple of years, even though they're like small and they don't know what's going on, immediately the older kids are always like, come, I'll be your buddy. Come with me. And I'll, they help each other out backstage, which is great. The olders help the youngers and all that. And in the middle, it all blends very well. Like this is a great group of kids that even as slowly new people keep coming in on those younger ages, or even people that have just never done it before, they're doing a fantastic job of being welcoming kids. Last year, Wizard of Oz, our Scarecrow was a new person. But he was right in that mid-range of age.
Okay.
He was absolutely welcomed with open arms and did a great job. And so it's a lot of ages, wide range of ages, but they do so good and they work hard and they all get along pretty well, which is good.
So along with the, making sure that you are the coordinator for the camp, then do you also during that 2-week time end up being a little bit of a child psychologist?
A little bit. There's almost always one day where we have to sit and talk about feelings.
Yeah.
Because part of it's just the nature of you're stuck in a room with a bunch of people with nowhere else to go for the day. And, feelings will get hurt. And it is still kids. Sometimes there's, I don't know, a kid will say a joke about someone's shirt or something and it hurts feelings. So you just have to sit down and talk about it. For the most part, though, it's all right. The kids are also pretty good at sensing towards the end of the week when the grown-ups' patience is a little down. So they know to not push the buttons as much. I mean, and we're all parents, so we all know the look that we can give, like, you guys gotta sit down. So, but it's not bad. It is kids, and what's helpful too is that, at least for me personally, I try to do my best to tell jokes or something and, get them to know, like, yes, I'm in charge. Yes, we're the adult, but you can still talk to us. You can still have fun. And that's also the main thing we want to teach with the theater camp, that yes, it's work, but it's also fun.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You're going to be somebody else for 2 weeks then.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so were you in kids camp?
I wasn't in a camp.
Or was this something that came about a little bit later on than your generation?
Well, I think it depends. I think I had them available because I was a small child here in Sioux Falls. And then when I was a kid, we moved to the Twin Cities area, which is where I did a lot of my growing up. And I did workshops up in like the cities and stuff. And I'm sure there were camps available. I never did any. Just like, little workshops here and there that I did. I think there was one summer camp at the high school that I was going to attend. I was a kid beforehand, where it was run by high schoolers. But it was more workshop. We didn't put on a show.
Right.
It was like, here's a painting class. Here's a movement class. Here's a voices class. Just little snippets of things. And so I never had this kind of 2-week crash course on a musical that we do nowadays. But I've been doing these kids camps, since it used to be called SECT, as in CEKT, Sioux Empire Kids Theater.
Okay.
Back when one of their first camps, I want to say it was Camp Rock Junior, was the very first one we did. And so I've been doing kids camps in some shape or form for years, but I'm really liking Old Town. I mean, I've been doing it for years now. As far as it's a little bit more condensed, but it feels a lot more welcoming, and it feels a lot, even just talking between the different adults. Part of it helps that one of them is my mom, but then talking to John, talking to Dave, and talking to Andy usually comes down and helps with lights at some point. It's the communication is a lot better, more welcoming, and I still have fun as well. So it's work, but it's fun for me too.
Yeah. So you mentioned that no kid's going to be turned away.
Correct.
The auditions would be more so where they're going to fit and so forth. Does that include tech and so forth?
Yes. In years we've always had that option, and it's only since last year that we had a kid want to go that route. We gave her the official title of stage ninja, and she was on top of it. If she had to move a prop, she was there. She was ready to dress in all black, and she communicated to us very clearly. She's like, I want to be backstage, and we made it work. And we're like, yeah, we'll teach you the backstage stuff. And so she got to do a lot of that. I think there's talk this year that she might want to maybe try something on stage, but I'm wondering if it's just, learning the dances to stand in the background, which is totally fine too. That's the big thing. Theater can have those multiple aspects where you can be backstage and you can be in front. I love both sides of it. I like being on, in the audience in the house, watching the show, helping with notes or anything like that. But then I also love being on stage too. So that's also something, what we want to train to the kids. We're like, you can do both sides. You can be a part of this no matter your comfort level, and go from that. Yeah,
because, I remember, obviously, there were a lot of sports camps, and I did go to music camp when I was somewhere between 6th and 7th grade, I think. But I don't ever recall there being any camps for kids for acting and so forth. I know there was for older kids, like my brother when he was 17 and 18, he participated at SDSU's musical camps. That was specific to musicals. Are you surprised? Because I remember that when my brother was in that, it's like, you only had 1 week and you had to memorize this whole thing and learn all the blocking and everything. And I just was always mesmerized by that. And now, you've got 2 weeks, but there are the kids' camps that are only a week and so forth. Are you surprised at how quickly they pick it up? And is that because they're just so eager? And the age, they hear a song and it's automatically in there.
Right. It's a mixture. They, the enthusiasm helps a lot. All the kids that are at the camp we're lucky enough that they want to be there. We haven't had a kid yet that's like, well, my mom signed me up.
Yeah.
and again, part of it's also the other kids themselves. I think they have such an energy, and in a sense, they're all playing on stage with their friends, much the same way I do community theater as well. We all do. We just on stage playing with our friends. But there's always a moment, and I want to say, because it's 2 weeks and the weekend's completely off, Saturday and Sunday, you're just a normal weekend at home doing whatever you'd like. That's usually when we request the off book to start happening. They can memorize the lines that they have. So they have the whole weekend to do that. It's usually like Tuesday morning or sometimes that Monday afternoon where as part of the directing crew, we all look at each other. We're like, this isn't going to work. Nothing's working. You have that moment of kind of, and I think the same way that one tech rehearsal you have for a real show where you're like, nothing works. Like these lights aren't working. We still don't have this prop yet. And then by about Wednesday, about 2 days later, it all will just click.
Right.
We've never had anything grand of like someone still doesn't have their lines memorized or anything crazy. Sometimes we might just have a small prop that hasn't shown up yet or something, or like, oh, we wanted it this, but it broke, so now we got to fix it. But for the most part, we've been extremely lucky, knock on wood, that any crises we've had were small enough to be fixed in time for, the show must go on. And it's been pretty good. We always, we have that day where you sit there, how's this going to work? This is a bad idea. But they always come together and it always works out in the end.
Okay. Before we move on, again, it starts June 15th and it's going to be 2 weeks, and you've got a Friday night and a Saturday afternoon?
Correct.
Okay. And cost for tickets on those?
I want to say off the top of my head, it's $5.
Oh,
for anybody. And I think to a certain age, children get in free. I want to say it's 3 years old, but feel free to look it up. I didn't look it up beforehand. I should have.
Yeah.
But it's, and we have, open bars. So if you want some sodas to drink while you watch, no problem at all. And it's fun. They're fun shows. It's not, so it's set up in their dinner theater, but it's not a dinner. All our chairs are just set up kind of auditorium style.
Okay. So it's going to be more GA then?
Yeah. An open admission, no seat numbers or anything. Just come in, have a seat, and watch the show. Oh,
and they're so fun to watch. And I'm always tickled to see how incredible these kids are. That has to be very rewarding for you.
Yes. There's times when, there's a quote that I do whenever I've taught in mostly choreography, but whenever I've taught in any capacity, there's a quote I get from an old TV show that your job isn't to adhere to the lowest denomination, and it's your job to raise it.
Oh.
And so I want it to be easy and fun for the kids, but I always want to have that challenge of like, okay, we're going to try something new, whether it's something with choreography, like, okay, there's going to be 4 groups of different counts. So instead of everyone in unison, you have to pay attention to yourself and know your own counts. And so something like that, where it's just introducing some new element and working with them, and hopefully that they can have that base to continue doing theater, in their schools, or if they want to continue into their adulthood, please do. So there's something I always try to do where I try to challenge and try to find something new to teach them, even if it's not even about dance. Another thing I like about this production team is that I'm the choreographer, but if I have a quick director's note for John, like, what if you tried this instead? He's open to it, and we try it. And, same thing with my mom as well. We're like, hey, because they're singing this part, this needs to be moved over here. Let's do it. And just having that all group effort, we could all work together. We can all challenge them to try something. We are introducing something new this year for camp. Part of it is part of the role of Cosmo, who's very much the comedic relief and has the song Make 'Em Laugh. We want to add a workshop of kind of that pantomime physical comedy, where like make a scene for about 30 seconds, but you're going to have no dialogue, and show us the emotions and the thought process without saying a single word. So we're going to try that this year and see how the kids do, and I think it'd be fun.
All right. So you mentioned that there's always going to be a point where you all go, is this going to work or not? Is there also every year something that just really surprises you?
Yes. And it can be anything. I've had kids come back. Sometimes it's in the auditions where a kid, who's just always been a good kid, and they're fun to do, and then they'll come, because it's the ages of puberty, they'll come back 1 year later, and they seem like a completely different kid with just this confidence out of nowhere. And like maybe they had a quiet voice before, and now they're singing just grand with projection. And yeah, there's always at least one moment, for sure, if not more, where the kids will surprise us in an impressive way, where they're like, "Oh, I didn't teach them to do that, but they figured it out," and that's the best feeling.
All right.
Of teaching someone, but even not teaching someone, knowing that they've just picked it up and they figured it out, and they saw, "Ooh, this needs to happen," or "This problem needs to be solved," and they do it themselves. That kind of self-thinking is wonderful.
Okay, so what about from the kids' perspective? What do you see them being surprised most about?
Well, we did it last year where we put on a little show as the camp directors, and we had some help from our friends as well. We asked some people to come in and help us, because for the camp, we're sitting there going, okay, dance this way, sing this way, walk this way. And then if they don't come to any of our Old Town shows, they might not know that, like, we kind of know what we're talking about too. Like maybe they've never seen us perform. So for the very, very last Friday for their lunch, we put on a little 15-minute show sang a couple songs, did a couple funny acts. Barry Longton did a goofy kind of physical comedy magician, which was really fun. And so showing them that, as an adult, you can keep doing this. All of us have real, quote unquote day jobs, but we still come back to theater, and we use our spare time to do theater because it's fun and we love it. And again, it feels like playing with your friends. So we kind of surprised them to be like, we do know what we're talking about too. Like, we can sing and dance as well. And so that I think was fun. I don't know what we're going to do this year, if we're going to surprise them or if we're going to do something similar. It might be same thing, but a little bit more toned down, but I think it'll be fun.
Every year, theater companies come out with their season package and so forth, what's going to be involved. But we never see what the kids' camp is going to be. So that's always a thing. Basically, the Old Town Dinner Theater portion is done for the year at this point. And now it's time to still do something during the summer and get the kids involved. Do you have a tough time getting volunteers, or are people surprised? They've got a kids camp there?
Sometimes, yeah. We'll get some surprises for, people don't always know we do a kids camp, which we could, throw some advertisement out there a bit more, throw it on our website a little bit. But the biggest thing is, there's a little bit of that surprise that we're doing kids camp. As far as like choosing a show, it's usually a big group text messages from all of the adults working it, because sometimes the kids will suggest something, and sometimes it's not a bad suggestion, but we also want to make sure that it's, the grown-ups have talked about it, but have also considered, because it's usually the same kids. So we want to be like, okay, we know that we have like this many men versus women. Is there a show that kind of qualifies that, where we don't need this many roles in one way? Like we did Newsies, which was great because a lot of it's men, but it's a fun enough show that all the girls are willing to put their hair in braids and wear a hat. And even the junior versions have it where this character could go, male or female. But yeah, it's as far as I think if you've never gone to a kids show and you're like, well, my kid's not in the show, you should still go. Because I think we can surprise you with the amount of talent that's still on the stage. And I think it's a condensed show. We usually don't have an intermission. And I think you would think a 20-minute drive to see a kid's show for an hour is well worth your time.
For $5. Yeah,
absolutely.
No doubt about that. And I tell that to people that also, because Carrie and I don't have any kids involved in it or grandkids involved, but maybe they'll drive down some year and we can host them for a couple weeks. And so others will ask us, well, why are you going to that? You don't have any money in it, right? I said, no, I'm going there to see the future stars.
Right.
I want to see who's going to be somebody that gets such a great experience out of this, and they continue it each year. And then college time comes around. They've already been acting in some high school plays and musicals. And then they say, you know what? I really like this. I want to keep doing it in college. And then maybe there's one of those that says, this is going to be my major.
Yeah.
And they lean into it, and it becomes a lifetime effort for them. And it's so easy to tell, even at the upper levels that we have around here, as to who has been committed to being somebody on stage. And it just makes such that's what makes our local theater so great, is the fact that it's not just, hey, we got a play coming up this year. Hey, sorry at the bar then. You think you'd be interested in being in that show? Oh, I don't know. And no, these are people that want to be in it. They audition, they take the time, they put the work in to make it look great for you, the audience. And that's such a great part of it. In the meantime, what about for Ruthie Pottratz? What's coming up on the stage?
Well, it is the summer, so nothing except for the kids camp.
Yeah.
As far as next seasons, there's a few that I'm looking to audition for. I know that Premier Playhouse, they have their shows listed, and Dear Heaven Hansen is one that I'm interested in, but I just don't know as far as, because the problem is that's the one I'd be interested in, but it's the exact same time as Old Towne is doing their musical, because Old Towne will do a musical every couple of years. And I know for sure I want to be involved with that. So it's going to be a struggle of like, do I want to try out for this kind of, larger scale show, one that's maybe more well known, that Dear Evan Hansen, a lot of people know it. Or do I want to commit to the Old Town? And I think I'll probably end up committing to Old Town.
Okay.
Because we're doing Trail
It's a good fit for you, for one thing. Yeah.
It's a Trail to Oregon, and it's a fun, goofy show. You can actually, if you want, you can watch the whole thing on YouTube for free. It's from Star Kid Productions, and it's just goofy. It is absolutely a spoof on the old computer game Oregon Trail. There's lots of inside jokes. It's very fun, and it's gonna be super fun to put on stage.
All right. Well, we look forward to that. We look forward to Kids Camp coming up in mid-June, and then, of course, we look forward to this. It's the end of our conversation. Which means you get another question.
Right.
And being a repeat customer now, you got to come up with something new. Have I asked you your autobiography title?
No.
Then there you go. What is the autobiography title for Ruthie Pottratz?
It's probably something along the lines of, look, man, I'm trying as hard as I can.
I like it. All right, Ruthie, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show once again and to let us know what's coming up for Kids Camp.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, always a pleasure, dear. And we'll be back with more of the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment. He's back from Arizona and taking the stage tonight. Ken Hoyne returns with his bona fide jazz group for one show at Trio Jazz Club. Friday night, the Marcus Lewis Band has two shows, 6:30 and 9. Annika and Drew Paulson offer you a special evening featuring saxophonist, clarinetist, flautist Ralph Olson for both the 6:30 and 9 o'clock shows Saturday night. To start off next week, Michael Wetzel brings his lively performance on guitar and vocals, and then it's Jazz Jam on Wednesday night. Trio tickets tend to go quickly, so get them now online at triojazzclub.com.
The Dave Holly Hour, like eavesdropping on a great conversation between two very interesting people.
Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, you get a bonus conversation. It's not an hour show today. It's an hour and a half plus. And always so thankful that everybody likes to tune in and hear not just about a group, but, what inspires them and so forth. And it's always good for me to, obviously, talk to somebody new on the show. So here we go. In our 322nd episode, you've probably been around longer than I have with Surfin' Safari. This is going on 7 years for the Dave Holly Hour. But Rick Burkhardt from Surfin' Safari, how are you?
I am really good, thank you.
When did you guys get started?
The band itself started in around 2004.
Okay.
They wanted to do just about everybody in the band was pretty much country, but Gary Wilson, who kind of started the whole thing off, wanted to do a 60s style rock and roll band. And he got some good people in it to start out with. And that was their mission, is to replicate the 60s era music as best as possible, mostly vocally. And we've tried to continue that tradition. He had Ellie Meckles, Kenny Young, Steve Troy, otherwise known as Clancy, who used to be with the Ransom Brothers. I don't know if anybody remembers that. And then Terry Allen, who, or Terry Comp, I guess is his real name. He went by Terry Allen on stage. But they started things off, and along the way, things changed. Different people came in. I came on board about 2011.
Okay.
And Gary retired from really active playing, and so I more or less took his spot, and we continued on, and we've been going ever since. Changed a few drummers along the way. We've had some really good ones, and just one of those things. Rock and roll bands change people.
Yeah, in fact, over the past year, you changed a couple more.
Yes.
You got a new drummer, and you got a new gal that can play keys and sing pretty well.
Yeah.
So tell us about how they have interacted with you guys.
Well, it was kind of interesting. Wade Stevens came in and took the rhythm guitar and lead vocal spot after Kenny left, and I didn't know he was available, really. Dave Vanderlinde, our bass player, who has been with us since 2014, knew he was around, and I thought he was still running his band, so I didn't even think of him, and he told me that Wade was available. And I said, well, let's get him.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew how great a singer he was, and I wasn't... I didn't know him really well, but we were acquaintances and stuff. And they said, well, if he's available, sign him up. Let's get him over here and work him in. And I had been trying to find a female singer to take Pam's place. And there were a lot of them that were already busy. And they were playing with their own groups, and some were more into doing original material, and were working on that. And Katie was recommended to me, and I called her up and asked her if she was interested in being a female singer with Surfin' Safari. And she said, wait a minute, I'll call you right back. and I'm going, oh gosh, is she gonna bail? And about 10 minutes later, apparently she had discussed something with her mom, and I didn't find this out till later. But she called me back and says, "Yeah, I can take it, but I'm playing with this other band a little bit." And I said, "Well, we'll work around that schedule.
Right.
I just need a singer as much as you're available." And as it turned out, she ended up being available for all of our gigs. And I found out later, because my wife has helped roll this thing along, talked to her mom at one of the jobs we were having, and apparently she had called her mom in those 10 minutes and said, "Guess who called me?" and she told her, and her mom said, "Well, you said yes, didn't you?"
Ah, there you go.
And I was glad she did, because she's really, really been an asset to the band with being able to sing and play keyboard. Because there are a lot of songs that were I was faking the keyboard parts, and for 6 strings as opposed to 88 keys, it's a little bit different. So I was kind of glad that we made that change, because that was a lot of work. Now I can kind of sit back on some of those and let her take it over. And she's done a really great job on that. And Wade has done a terrific job doing lead vocals, and he's been a real asset as well. Dave and I are very happy about how things are working out. And Dave and I don't have to carry so much of the load now.
Right.
And Wade likes to do a little the back and forth on stage with the crowd and stuff, and that helps to keep things rolling.
Yeah.
But he's been very good at that.
And I think I mistakenly at the beginning said drummer, and that's because I was thinking about Chuck Case when he used to play with you guys.
Yeah, Chuck was with us for about, if I recall correctly, 4 years.
Okay.
A little more maybe. And he had some health issues and decided to step away. And he's still fighting that. But he's still around. He's given online drum lessons and stuff. So for a while there, we were without a drummer. And I borrowed from a couple other bands, guys, on a one night basis. And then an old friend of mine, who I had worked with in a group called the Talisman back in the 70s.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's right.
It goes back a ways.
Yeah.
And he played on, I did a contemporary Christian CD. He played drums for me on that. And then he was doing some other things around it, and then he ended up having some nerve issues with his hands, and he couldn't control his drumsticks. So it took him a couple of years to decide he wanted to still play. So he started taking therapy and working with this therapy session, and got his drum things kind of back. And I heard through the grapevine that he was back drumming. So I gave him a call, and I asked him if he'd be interested in playing. Well, he had already lined himself up with a couple other bands. But he said, when I'm not playing with them, I'm available. And then another friend of mine who was down in Arizona for the winter came back, and he called me up and said, well, I'd like to play a little bit too. So all of a sudden I go from no drummers to 2. Okay. And then I had another couple of drummers that became available over the last year. So now I've got like 4 drummers to pick from, where I used to have none.
Right.
But they're all good folks, and the people in the band really enjoy working with them, and they enjoy working with us, and we try to make it as fun as possible. We just enjoy playing the music, and we enjoy doing it with as much of the vocal parts as possible. So, when Chuck was with us, we used to do 5. Now we're down to 4 for the most part, unless Dean decides that he wants to do some singing, and we'll cross that bridge a little later on. But right now he's driving the band from the drum seat, and doing a really great job. And Kevin Hebert, the other drummer that we use a lot of, is going to be with us quite a number of times this year, and he does a terrific job.
Well, I hope I get out sometime when Kevin's playing.
Yeah, they both have their own little style, but it basically works in with what we're doing, because we try to do the songs like they were recorded. And that means if there's background stuff, we're going to be trying to do it.
Right.
And a lot of bands will maybe do one harmony part, maybe two. We try to do three or four background parts, or singing all as a choir, like Manhattan Transfer kind of stuff. So we're just trying to keep this music going.
Yeah.
Because some of it was really pretty great stuff.
Well, and not only that, when you were talking about, how many parts and you're singing, etc., it's like, oh yeah, back in the days when you could understand what the vocals were.
Yeah, and we don't have the heavy metal thing going, but
and the screaming.
I can appreciate what it takes to do that too. And I played classic rock for a while. I think I did 5.5 years in a classic rock band, and we had a good time and stuff. But when you play at that volume for a long time, it gets to be really hard on your body. Plus, the equipment's a lot bigger too.
Good point. So what were you primarily doing before you joined Surfin' Safari then?
Well, I had been kind of doing fill-in work for a while. I had quit the band I was in, did that for a while. And then I was with the Troublemakers for 5.5 years. And things just got a little bit too much, and we were slinging this huge equipment around all the time. And I'm not exactly a young buck anymore, so I decided, well, I really enjoy doing music where you can harmonize, where you have the background singers doing the stuff. And when I was with the Talisman, I was the solo lead singer most of the time I was there. And when I got sick, there was not much else anybody could do. So I decided, well, if I can have four lead singers where everybody can also do harmony for the other songs, that's what I want to do. And I had contacted Kenny, because I had known him from before. And he said, well, Gary's thinking about retiring. And so I said, well, if he does, give me a call, because I'd like to do what you're doing and playing your kind of music, because that's my kind of music too.
Right.
And I came on board in the fall of 2011. And since I knew most everything they were doing, it didn't really take that much of a rehearsal session to get me up to speed. Just if we were adding this or that. And I had some parts that they were doing that I didn't know, that I had to learn and practice on, get my intros and outros and lead things in the middle a little bit better, because I hadn't played some of those for a long time. Because when you're playing classic rock, the leads are extended and a lot more, or a lot louder. Let's put it that way.
Straining on the voice too?
A little bit, yeah. And they were, with these, it was more melodic. And I loved the harmonies that we had put together. And we've done our best to continue that to this day. So,
yeah. So what do you think makes it so popular for you guys? Because you have a pretty full slate coming up for the summer, right?
Yeah, we're starting in June, like I said, on June 4th. From there on, we're playing a lot each month up until probably after the middle of September. And it's I think what works is that we play recognizable music. We play danceable music. I mean, and then you can sing along with it.
Right.
Dance in your chair, or you can get up and dance around your chair, or you can sing along. We always encourage people to sing loud.
Yeah.
In case we don't know if we mess up a line, then you can do it. You know.
And I actually like to dance in my chair. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of what I would be doing if I were watching. But it's I think because of that, people remember, especially the people that we play for. They recognize the tunes from back when they were younger, and it brings back memories and stuff. And some of the younger people think, well, maybe this is pretty good stuff, you know. And we've converted a few younger people over. My granddaughters love to come out and listen to us, and it's a lot of fun to watch them enjoy what we're doing, and they still like their kind of stuff.
Right.
My kids like what we do, but their preferences. Well, my son likes heavy metal, AC/DC, and some of those, and my daughters like rap and country. I don't know how that combination came about, but I did have a group with my daughter, Allie. We did some 60s things at the fair for a couple of years in a row, and she enjoyed that, but she's stepped away from it now, and she just enjoys listening. And well, that's fine. I'm glad you were able to do it for a while, and now I'm continuing on as long as I can do it, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
But it gets to be crazy sometimes.
I can imagine so. But, you know, talking about the recognizable music and so forth, I also think that, you know, we have an influx of old songs that get used for commercials and so forth, that I think there's more young kids that can at least go, oh, I recognize that. Exactly. Oh, so this was a song.
Yeah.
And they start to understand that, you know, it all music genres, I'll put it this way, all music genres have good in them.
Oh, yeah.
And I just always have stuck with, you know, that's my favorite type of music is good. And I appreciate what you guys do. And it's always fun to watch you guys. You know, one of the things that you've been doing over the past few years is, you know, Dakota News Now.
Oh, yeah.
As the Fridays on the Plaza, and you guys have played it there a few times.
Yeah, we did that up until about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then things got kind of busy around that time of the year. They were thinking of having us. So we moved on from that. And then I got a call this year, and they wanted us to play again. And I thought, well, okay. We happen to have that time slot free. We don't have anything really pressing around that. So, okay, we'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And we did usually draw a pretty good crowd for them.
Yeah.
And the people that came out to listen to us were a lot of the same people that would come anywhere that we were planning to come. You know, they would go out to Turner County Fair when we were there. Some people traveled as far as Deadwood when we play out there. It's really kind of crazy. I've got a friend over in Marshall who goes out there every year about that time, and he makes sure he's there on Wednesday nights when we play. And
you have groupies.
Yeah, groupie. Well, he says he is one. So
you sell Surfin Safari groupie shirts then?
Oh, yeah. We have plain shirts like this one I'm wearing today. And then we've got ones with a hologram type design. And some people prefer one over the other. And we have some available at every job. And we have a lot of people who really show up wearing them. And
yeah.
We've had, I suppose, 10, 12 people every gig show up, and they're wearing their Surfin Safari shirts, and we thank them for doing that. Yeah. We try to get a picture with them whenever we can. You know, if they're still around at the end, we'll say, okay, everybody with a Surfin shirt, come on up here, and we'll get a picture with you.
Yeah, and you guys usually look pretty good anyway. You know, with the Surfin Safari attire that you guys wear.
Well, that I can credit to my wife, because she's picked out some of our shirts and stuff lately. But if we're wearing a T-shirt, I will take credit for that, because I got the T-shirts. But my wife picked out some some really great shirts for us to wear on stage. And of course, it helps to have somebody like Katie, who is good looking, to help make us all look good.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt, does it?
Yeah.
So what about you yourself in terms of musically? What got you started?
Well, my parents were involved with the Salvation Army way back when I was in grade school. And part of our thing was we needed to provide music for the church wherever we went. And the first couple of places we were at, my dad played 6 or 7 different instruments coming out of college as a music minor. So one of the first places that we were at, there was already some people who played. And so I learned how to play ukulele and mandolin, and my dad played his trumpet, and then he taught me a little trumpet, and I tried to get a little familiar with the keyboards. And so we ended up being the musical providers. My mom played piano, and as we traveled to the next spot, it was the same thing, and I gradually picked up the guitar a little bit more. And I played in church a lot. I sang a lot of solos in church, and my mom would always thank me for doing that because she didn't feel I had to, but I really enjoyed it. And the people that were in the congregation seemed to like what we did. And we played, and I learned music along the way, and I got into Salvation Army music camps and stuff. And then when I got to the last stop we were at Fairmont, Minnesota, I was asked by, we did a street corner service every Sunday night, and I played trumpet for the songs. And the junior high band director grabbed me in the hallway at school, and he said, "Were you the one who was playing the trumpet out there on Sunday night?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I was." And he said, "Well, listen, I want you to try out for the junior high band." And I had never been in a real organized band before. And so I said, "Okay, I'll come in and do an audition." And started me out at last year, third trumpet, which was okay because I didn't know hardly anybody in the band because we had just moved there. And so I was fairly good at reading music, and so I just worked myself up. And finally, we were still providing music for the congregation, and I played a lot of guitar for some of the services, and my mom played piano, and my dad played guitar, and we both played trumpets, and it was what got me into it. But along the way, I'd picked up listening to the radio, things like rock and roll started coming along about 1958, 59. And I was really enamored with guitar stuff. The Ventures and Chet Atkins were my first influences. James Burton with Ricky Nelson's band. And it just got to be more and more that I wanted to play this. And so I'd play both stuff. I'd spend time doing this and this. And then when we got to Fairmont, then it was, I was doing more of both. And I started a band that, I should have lined us up with a booking agent, and I didn't. But we managed to play a few times. And another classmate of mine was already like 3 or 4 years ahead of us musically. And he had a couple of bands that were doing original material already. And we finally connected along down the road at our class reunions and stuff. And but it all came down to, I started singing and playing in church and listened to the radio a lot and found what I liked. And I always liked the harmonies because a lot of it was like being in church. You sing and the choir doing a harmony and stuff. And that seemed to me when I listened to the radio with some of these songs, like, the country was really kind of just crossed over at that time. And some of those songs had a lot of background music in it. So I spent a lot of time listening to that. And when rock and roll started coming, you know, I get into the 60s, and Hal Blaine and the Wrecking Crew guys were starting to do their thing. And the Beatles came. And I think when the Beatles came, that really had a big influence, them, Dave Clark 5, Rolling Stones, because they brought not just the singer concept, you know, like in the country, it was Johnny Cash and Buck Owens and Marty Robbins and those people. But the English groups brought the group concept. And that's kind of what I was looking for. I didn't want to be the star. I didn't want to be a solo act. I wanted to get some good people around me to play so we could all do good music and do it well. And I had some good people in my last band in high school. The girl singer was an all-state choir member, and there was a guy, good friend of mine, and the rest of the band who turned out to be a really good singer. And then there was a younger guy in the band who played saxophone and guitar, and a couple of classmates of mine that one played drums, one played bass, and I played guitar and trumpet. So we had, that was where the 5-part vocal thing hit me. And I didn't have that again until I was with the Talisman, because we had mostly 3-part, because there was just 4 people in the band. Our drummer didn't sing much at all, and so the 3 of us up front did a lot of that 3-part stuff. And where there was only 2 parts, we added a 3rd somehow or another, and we really worked it. And then when I got to Myron Lee and the Caddies, then I started trying to incorporate that into it as well, because Myron was basically out there by himself, and the other guys didn't really do much. And I tried to organize that when we changed people. So we get people in that could play and sing. And I kind of wanted to keep that going, and had it interrupted when I was with the Troublemakers, because not everybody sang harmony very well. Mm. But Dave Vanderlinde, that was where I met Dave Vanderlinde, and he always wanted to sing harmonies too. And so when I left the band after 5.5 years, I was looking for something where I could do that. And Surfin happened to have an opening at that time, and there we are.
All right. A couple of questions before we have to end this up. But so first of all, for your summer schedule and anytime you're going to be playing, where can people find out more about this?
Okay, I do have a schedule posted on our Facebook, the Surfin Safari Facebook page, and also my own personal Facebook page, Rick Burkhardt. And we also have a website where we've got that, surfinsafarisd.com. And that has a lot of information on there, and also has our schedule pointed. And we also, when we have a job coming up, we'll try to put that out there a week or 2 ahead of time if we can, so that people know when and where. And if it's open to the public, then, you know, we want them to come out. And so far, the response has been very good. So we're looking forward to this summer. It's going to be great fun, and we're gonna do it upright.
All right, looking forward to it. All right, as a first-time guest, you get a traditional question, and how you answer it may determine whether there's a follow-up question. But we start off with, when you're not part of the arts and entertainment scene, what do you like to be entertained by?
Ooh, that's kind of interesting. I have a wide variety of tastes, not only in music, but I like to watch sports. I'm a big NFL fan, and I also enjoy our pets. We have 2 Yorkies, a Springer Spaniel, and 2 cats. who drive my wife crazy. But we spend some time with them. I try to take them for walks whenever I feel up to it. Sometimes my joints act up a little bit and makes it hard to do a lot of walking. But that, and occasionally I like to watch game shows on TV.
All right. Any other hobbies?
Basically doing word puzzles.
Okay.
I try to
keeps the mind sharp.
Yeah, keep active that way. But I'm surprised chasing my grandkids around too. That's the other part. I try to get to all of their activities. They do school events and sports and things, and I try to get to as many of those as I can because they appreciate us coming there. I mean, it's great when their parents are actively involved too, but I like to be involved with it because I played and I coached my kids different times in different sports. But it's fun for me to watch them as they get better every year. And they decide, well, at some point, maybe they're not going to do a lot of sports. Maybe they're going to do something else, but
support them no matter what.
Well, yeah. Get a taste of it now and see if it works for you.
All right. Rick Burkhardt, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show, and have a great summer.
Well, we're certainly planning on. Thanks for having me.
All right. And we'll be back to wrap up the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Towne know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at XO Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or xochiros.com. Excellent care for excellent people. XO Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
Follow the Dave Holly Hour on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, Valerie Arends, Ruthie Pottratz, and Rick Burkhardt. Our show website is davehollyhour.com. You can listen to any of the now 322 shows at any time that you want. Show is also available on your favorite podcast platform. Thank you all for supporting local arts and for taking the time to download the show. I encourage you to find your art, find the art you enjoy, find the art you're interested in trying, and we shall see you in the arts. As the Sioux Falls Arts Council says, together we art. As Arts South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, my name is Dave Holly, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Holly Hour has been brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub, your local dive with music for the people. Chaser's Food and Spirits, XO Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. Stay up to date on the show by following on Instagram and Facebook. All episodes available anytime at davehollyhour.com. The Dave Holly Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening.